There's a strange thing about frozen burgers. They look almost identical when they're sitting in the freezer aisle. Same round shape, same plastic packaging, same promise. Restaurant quality burger at home. But here's the problem. Some frozen patties create that beautiful moment where the first bite makes you close your eyes, while others create a completely different experience, a dry, flavorless bite that makes you wonder if you just paid money to eat a hockey puck wearing a burger costume. And the shocking part? The difference isn't always the price. Sometimes the expensive option disappoints, while the simple-looking package hiding at the bottom of the freezer becomes the one everyone remembers. Today, we're breaking down the biggest frozen burger mistakes people make and the choices that experienced grill lovers often look for. Because behind every frozen patty is a story. A story about ingredients, expectations, marketing, and the psychology that convinces millions of people to grab one package instead of another. And stay until the end, because the biggest mistake is the one that tricks people the most. It looks convenient. It looks harmless. But it quietly destroys the burger before it even reaches the grill. Let's start with the mistake that seems small, but changes everything. For years, people were taught one simple rule: less fat equals better. And honestly, that sounds logical. A lean burger feels healthier. It feels like the responsible choice. The adult choice. But burgers are not chicken breasts. They are not supposed to be a fitness meal disguised as comfort food. A great burger needs balance. The fat inside the patty is what carries flavor, keeps moisture locked in, and creates that beautiful sizzling crust when it hits the heat. When a frozen patty is extremely lean, something predictable happens. The outside cooks, the inside dries, and suddenly you're chewing something that has the emotional excitement of a cardboard box. The biggest problem is expectation. People see words like lean and immediately imagine premium quality. But experienced grillers understand something beginners often forget: fat is not the enemy. The wrong balance is. A burger without enough fat isn't healthy or happiness, it's just a sad circle of disappointment. And speaking of disappointing circles, the next mistake happens before the burger even touches the grill. Most people shop for frozen burgers with their eyes. The package looks good. The burger photo looks amazing. The flames on the box make you imagine backyard perfection. But the ingredient list? Almost nobody reads it. And that's where the real story begins. Some frozen patties are simple: beef, salt, maybe seasoning. Others contain a much longer list of ingredients that makes you wonder if you're buying a burger or a science project. Now, more ingredients do not automatically mean a bad product. But simplicity often tells you something important. A great burger does not need a complicated personality. It just needs good ingredients and good cooking. The psychology behind this is fascinating. People trust attractive packaging, bright colors, big claims. Words like premium, ultimate, and restaurant style. But smart shoppers often ignore the marketing and look at what's actually inside. Because a fancy box cannot rescue a weak patty. The freezer door hides the truth. The ingredient label reveals it. Now imagine buying a quality steak and then completely burning it. Nobody would blame the steak. They would blame the cook. Frozen burgers work the same way. Many people make one huge mistake: they treat frozen patties like fresh meat. They press them. They flip them constantly. They cook them too long. They squeeze every drop of moisture out. Then they say, frozen burgers just aren't good, but the truth is more complicated. Even a decent frozen patty can become dry if handled incorrectly. Professional grillers understand something simple: leave it alone. Let heat do the work. A burger is not a phone that needs constant attention. Sometimes the best technique is knowing when not to interfere. A frozen burger doesn't need a miracle. It needs someone who stops fighting it. And now we reach another mistake that seems harmless, but affects millions of purchases every year. Buying only based on price. Buying only based on price is one of the easiest traps to fall into. Everyone loves a bargain, and the frozen food aisle is where bargain hunting becomes a sport. You walk into the store, see one package that costs less and another that costs more, and your brain immediately says, they're probably the same thing. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they absolutely are not. Price alone does not determine quality. A more expensive burger is not automatically better. But extremely cheap products often have to make compromises somewhere. Maybe it's the meat blend. Maybe it's the texture. Maybe it's the way the patty is processed before it ever reaches your freezer. The interesting thing about consumers is that we often underestimate small differences. Saving a few cents per burger feels like a victory. It feels smart. It feels like winning. Until dinner arrives. And suddenly everyone is adding extra cheese, extra sauce, and extra toppings because the patty itself has nothing to say. A good burger should not need a disguise. The bun should support it. The cheese should enhance it. The sauce should complete it. Not cover up a problem. Saving money is smart. But saving pennies while sacrificing the entire burger experience is not. And now we move into the choices that serious burger lovers pay attention to. Because after all the mistakes, there is one thing experienced grillers understand. The best burger usually starts with simplicity. Many skilled burger cooks prefer a straightforward beef patty. Not because it sounds fancy. Not because it has the most impressive packaging. But because it gives them control. Control is the secret ingredient most people ignore. A simple beef patty allows the cook to create the final experience. They can season it properly. They can build that beautiful crust. They can choose the cooking method that matches the moment. There is a reason classic burger restaurants keep things simple. The burger itself is the star. The best frozen options often follow that same philosophy: good meat, good texture, no unnecessary distractions. Because when the foundation is strong, everything built on top becomes better. The cheese melts better. The toppings make more sense. Even the humble bun suddenly feels like it belongs. Funny how one simple ingredient can improve the entire meal. But there is another style that attracts people who want something closer to a restaurant experience. The thicker patty. There is something psychologically powerful about a thick burger. Before you even taste it, your brain already expects something special. A thicker patty feels premium. It feels like something you would order at a local burger shop instead of something pulled from a freezer. But thickness comes with responsibility. A thicker patty can create amazing contrast. A deeply browned exterior. A juicy center. A stronger beef flavor. But only if it is cooked correctly. The mistake many people make is rushing it. They turn up the heat. They keep checking. They panic. And they destroy the very thing that made the burger special. Great cooking often requires patience. A thick patty rewards the person who understands timing. Rush it, and you lose the advantage. Treat it properly, and suddenly your backyard grill starts feeling like a small neighborhood burger restaurant. The best burgers are not just bigger. They are better balanced. But now we reach the biggest lesson of this entire list. The number one choice is not actually about a specific package sitting in a freezer. It is about understanding what kind of burger experience you want. Because here is the truth most people don't expect. There is no single frozen burger that is perfect for everyone. The best choice depends on your situation. If you want a classic diner-style burger, you need something that delivers strong beef flavor and a satisfying bite. If you want a backyard barbecue experience, you need something that can handle the grill and still maintain its texture. If you want convenience after a long day, you need something simple, reliable, and consistent. The biggest mistake people make is searching for the best burger, instead of finding the best burger for their needs. The winner is not always the product with the loudest advertisement. It is not always the most expensive option. And it is definitely not the one with the most impressive picture on the box. The real winner is the one that delivers exactly what you expected when you opened the package. Because at the end of the day, a great burger is not about a freezer aisle. It is about that moment after the first bite. That moment when everyone stops talking for a second. When the conversation disappears. Because the food is doing all the explaining. Frozen burgers have come a long way. But the biggest lesson is simple. Don't judge a burger by the picture on the box. Look deeper. Understand the ingredients. Cook it properly. And choose based on the experience you actually want. Because the difference between an average frozen burger and a memorable one is usually not magic. It is knowing what to look for. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more food investigations where we separate smart choices from disappointing ones. Because the next freezer aisle surprise might already be waiting in your kitchen.